We're here at the grand opening of the National Championships for Lawn Bowling. It's been already a great day, but one of the great things about today was that Mark Donnelly sang the anthem in both languages. He's a professional singer who brings a customary panache to whatever he does. This morning he gave us a great sense of pride in our country, and he also did something very inspirational for me and others who learned something about his story. Because Mark is a different man from the person he was just 3 years ago. Sure, he's a professional singer. He's renowned for opening Canucks games with the national anthem. But Mark, tell us your story about the Mark of 3 years ago and the Mark today. Something that would be very different just in even looking at you, right?
Well, John, as you said, 3 years ago, I stepped on the scale and I was 370 pounds. And I thought, with 9 kids, my youngest was 2 years old, and I didn't think that I'd see him graduate from high school. So I made the choice that I had to lose some weight. And it took me about 4 or 5 months to really figure out what was going to work for me. And over the course of the next 2 years, I lost half my body weight, 185 pounds.
Half your body weight,
yeah.
That is extraordinary. So can you tell us a little bit about what was the epiphany? What was the moment when you decided to do something about that?
Well, the epiphany was the decision. After you make the decision, then it's merely finding out what works for you. And for me, it was the HCG diet. If anyone wants to see my story and how that helped me, they can go to markdonnelly.ca. But it really is. I hear so many stories from people who have lost a substantial amount of weight and gained so much life back. I mean, I was almost 50 years old, and I didn't want to live for 50 and then die for 30. I wanted to live the whole thing. You know, I'm not for the, you know, people say don't burn the candle at both ends. I mean, I'd rather go out of this life with the candle all gone than have a bunch of it left. You know? So, but people have told me you know, you don't have to do HCG. Whatever works for you to get yourself in shape so that you're the best you can be for yourself, you're the best you can be for your loved ones, and I dare say the best you can be for your country, because there's billions of dollars being spent on health that we could not only prevent that needless spending of money, but we can live our lives to such a greater extent than we are now. Right now, it's mid-August. I can't wait to get back on the ice, get back between the pipes, because that was my selfish goal. My selfish goal was to get back playing goal again in ice hockey. And so I already had the White Rock firefighters call me up, said, can we count on you this fall, and the air traffic controllers. And so I just love playing hockey now. And for me, it's a dream come true. I'm playing hockey and singing. I'm putting the two things together. I mean, life couldn't be better.
Wow. Can you tell us a little more about how it's affected your work performance? I mean, you're singing. I mean, you were so good before. Could you elaborate on that?
Well, it's interesting you asked that, John. I did notice a difference in my singing. However, when I started, I didn't care. It didn't matter if I had the best voice in the world. If I was 6 feet under, who's going to hear it? Yeah. You know. So first of all, I didn't care about it. But secondly, when I did lose the weight, things in this area were pretty well the same. It was down in my abdominal region where it was different. Before, I used to let just the girth drop, and then I'd haul it back up to get the breast support.
Yeah.
Okay, couldn't do that anymore. There wasn't any girth left. So the great thing is, I thought, wow, you know, I kind of got to study again. You know, over 50, and I'm going to start taking lessons again. So I approached Nancy Hermiston at the School of Opera at UBC and said, look, would you be interested in teaching me? And she said she'd be happy to. So then it just happened to be at the time when the Vancouver Opera Chorus had out their Voce grants for professional development. So I applied for one, and lo and behold, thanks to the Vancouver Opera Chorus and Nancy Hermiston and the UBC School of Opera, I'm going to start studying voice again in September.
I think this is just an extraordinary story, Mark, and I'm so glad you're willing to share it with me and with other people, because I believe we should be the fittest nation on earth. And it takes sometimes people who are willing to talk about a challenge they had, how they've dealt with it. You've reinvented yourself physically, even in your career, you're learning again. I think it's a great message. Is there anything else you'd like to say about how it's changed your relationships, or what other people might want to do who've got a health challenge?
Well, you know what? When I was at my top weight, I was sort of the go-to guy in our household as far as fixing anything. My dad was a contractor, and he taught me a lot of things, how to work with wood, how to do mechanical things. But you know what? If my wife Catherine said, you know, there's something leaking underneath the car, I couldn't even get under the car. You know, we had to roll it up on ramps so I could get under. I mean, that's not a good thing. You know, now, you know, if there's something under the sink that has to be fixed, anything, I'm able to go there. If there's something on the top shelf above the workbench, I can hop up on the workbench and go get it. I mean, and having come from such a state of obesity, I relish anything that requires me to do anything that's mildly agile. And if I can just, you know, gosh, you know, I just would love it if people could find that thing that would make them, or give them the opportunity that they could live till they die, rather than spend half their life living and the rest of it dying.
Wow. So you're more effective, and you're happier, and the great thing for me is you're out there to share your happiness with others. So thanks a lot. Thanks for your story, and please keep on singing.
Thanks, John.